My name is Kristen Plati. I am a singer-songwriter, model, and actress in New York. Lessons from 5, doing musicals. I studied opera for 12 years, like classical music, and felt like it wasn't very cool, I guess, when I was going through high school. And so I was like, I want to do something more fun. I want to do contemporary music. Stuff that people actually know. And so then I was still doing musicals at the time, but kind of transitioned a little bit more into pop music.
Okay.
And was singing pop music, went to, as I said, music school for both contemporary music and musical theater. But fell in love with contemporary music, singing with bands and all of that kind of stuff. At that point, we were doing Stevie Wonder, Aretha Franklin, some soul funk stuff. And I was singing in bands. And then I got the acting school, moved to New York, and was like, I'm going to be on Broadway. That's it. This is what it's telling me.
Yeah.
Got out of acting school, got an off-Broadway show, and then was like, I don't really want to do Broadway, and started writing my own music. And in doing that, my voice kind of evolved and changed, and my style evolved and changed, both like fashion-wise and musically, and kind of like who I was. And it kind of all became one thing. And at that point, I was so clear on who I wanted to be and knew what I wanted. And so that's kind of what I did. So then in 2019, I released my first album. I wrote and co-wrote every song on there.
Find Me Lost?
Find Me Lost, yes.
Yep.
I said the name, good for me. And then kind of, I was a little naive, and I was like, I'm going to release this out there, and then people will listen to it and it'll like take off, and that'll be it. I can like deal with that. You know what I mean? And did like an album release launch at the Triad with my friend John Walbold, who I believe you had on a couple of weeks ago.
I did, yes.
And then was like, that's it. It's out there now. I'm set. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So I did like no promotion for it, no anything. I was just like, it's done. I'm successful now. And one of the songs, Boomerang, got picked up for a Macy's commercial, which was really cool. So that ran for a little bit.
Yeah, it's a dope song too. It's a very nice song.
Thank you. I co-wrote that one with Austin Bello down in Virginia.
Okay.
And then when I realized that there was more to it than kind of just releasing it, I was still writing, but kind of wanted to work with different producers and kind of get different sounds and like explore different things. So then I stopped writing for a little bit, and COVID hit. And then I started writing again, just randomly. And in November of last year, released another single called Stone, more of like a piano ballad.
It is.
But went into it with more promotion and some kind of an approach. And then in January, released another song called Wannabe, which was like a retro kind of vibe a little bit. It was like a little more old school 80s-ish, 90s sounding instrumentationally. And now I'm working on some more new stuff. Some is more pop, some is still ballads, just kind of trying to explore different styles with different producers and seeing what comes out of it. So that's pretty much where I am.
Well, where do you get do you listen to other people? Do you listen to the radio? Because I know I've interviewed people before and they have a tendency not to listen to the radio because they don't want to sound like anyone else. Do you listen to the radio?
I love music. But I genuinely listen, like when I'm working out and things, I know people listen to music. I listen to podcasts. And I think that all stemmed from, I worked while it was open at Ellen's Stardust Diner in Times Square, where we like sing and serve. And I was working 4 to 5 days a week with music, 8 hours a day, so loud. It's, like you're constantly busy, you're constantly singing, you're hearing all the same stuff. And so I would leave work and not want to listen to music. So I started listening to podcasts, some comedy, some just like talk back stuff. And since then, I don't know, but I tend to mostly listen to podcasts, and I don't listen to a lot of music, which I'm not sure is necessarily a good thing or a bad thing.
Well, I don't know. I guess I kind of agree with other, like, I don't listen to too many podcasts because I don't want to, I mean, I do want to be influenced by other creatives, but I don't want to sound like someone else. I want to, you know, kind of have my own style. So
Right.
I don't necessarily, I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important to know like what's coming out and what is in style. But nowadays with like the TikToks and the reels and everything, it's like snippets of a song become famous, and that's kind of it in that realm. And I tend not to write like super poppy stuff. So for me, listening to what's on the radio wouldn't really like impact my sound too much. I just, I don't know. I kind of got sick of listening to music, which is bad.
Yeah.
And got addicted to podcasts, and now that's kind of just where I sit.
Okay. But would you like to be a star? Would you like to be signed to a record label, or, and maybe not even a record label, would you like to, you know, solely, you know, sing and be a creative in that space?
100%. I don't know about the I've been having this conversation a lot with a lot of different people, like the record label thing.
Yeah.
But for me, like doing my shows, whether they were my friends or not, like seeing people in the audience singing my songs along with me.
Yes.
I genuinely can't explain that feeling. And that to me is like success. Like, and you know, the feedback from people that I get on Instagram or like Facebook and things, where people will say your music genuinely helped me get through this, or like I felt like I was alone in this particular feeling, and hearing you sing about it made me realize that I wasn't. That for me is what it's about. I write from a point of my pain or a point of whatever I'm feeling at the time, and to know that someone else is feeling that way and I've helped them get through that or helped them realize that they're not alone is an incredible feeling. So being able to do that on a bigger scale would be incredible, obviously the dream, and being able to live and survive solely on the financial gain of that career would be amazing. But I don't necessarily think that a record label is the only way to do that anymore. I think there are other avenues now that have become available because of social media and because of the internet and all of that. So I'm not putting all my eggs in the trying to get a record label basket.
Give me a comparison of the little girl who you were at 5, 6, you just started singing, and who you are now, married, living in New York. Like, who are you now as opposed to who you were then?
I guess then I was, I had just started singing, and I remember like the love that I had for it, and it still feels the same. Singing still feels the same to me as it did when
amazing. That's amazing.
But I think now I'm just so much more sure of myself, and I know who I am, and I know what I want to say. And I guess I need to kind of look back on these last couple of years and be grateful for being able to be so sure of my style in every aspect, where like the way that I dress, the way that I sing, the way that I write. I guess I should just be proud that I found that, and know that I can go forward confidently in that, wherever it leads me.
Well, I look forward to all of that. And then while you were talking, I have one last thing. What was the validation like when you got the phone call from Macy's, like, yeah, we want to use your song? Like, what so, did you do your happy dance, or?
I was at work, and Austin actually called me he's like a co-publisher on that song with me. And so he called me and said, the publishers just called me and said that Macy's want to use Boomerang for a national commercial. It'll be like it was, the first one was a week, and then it was like, again, they used it like 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
For like different runs. And I was in the hallway, not supposed to be on the phone at work. And I was like, wait, what? And he was like, Macy's want to use it. I'm going to send you over the contract now. Take a look over it, send it to your lawyers, whatever you need to do, and get it back to me as soon as possible. And I was like, okay. And I kind of hung up the phone. I went back in, and it was my turn to sing. I like sang a song, and I went back upstairs, and I turned to my friend Bianca, and I was like, Macy's want to use my song.